What seemingly pointless or meaningless thing gives you that good serotonin release? The high-pitched squeak my pet hedgehog makes when excited about something, which can be anything from a newly cleaned cage, burrowing into my shirt, or knocking a new paper towel tube around. I switched to a sunrise alarm. It wakes you up with light instead of sound, gradually brightening over a half hour. Before, I also thought it would never wake me up. I also thought I needed many loud alarms. I also was a person who hit snooze over and over again. Noise is a shitty wake-up method. That's why it works so poorly for so many. The feeling of waking up by just gradually becoming aware that I'm awake, every morning, has me starting my day in a good mood very consistently. It feels good. The smell of freshly brewed coffee. Not a coffee guy, but it hits the right feels. Taking a deep breath of fresh air. When my cat does the little BBRRRRRT thing when I pet her. She's basically a serotonin factory. Bonus points when she turns upside down and stretches. Can't help but smile after a long day. My cat. He always is so happy to see me and loves giving cuddles. When I come home or wake up, it's instant cuddle time to him. When the kebab man calls you boss. Walking through my kitchen at night and seeing the oven clock with a nice number on it. 10:01 Lul. You have to yell Lul. 12:34 bonus points for sequential. My fav. 10:19:11 never forget. Ultimately, the best fucking rush is guessing the time exactly on the way into the kitchen. If it changes to that exact time as I utter my guesstimate, my neighbors will hear about it. Also, guessing the weight of things exactly. I don't understand why heroin is so cool. Hey, good job today, instantly changes my attitude. Seeing people do small, right things, like tossing cigarettes in the actual disposals and not littering, using their signal when driving, washing their hands after using the bathroom, etc. Seeing cool-looking birds. I'm not a birdwatcher, but I always appreciate them when I see them. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll Google bars and restaurants in other countries, look at their menu, and decide what I would get if I was there. I don't know. It's a weird little thing I do that makes me happy and also helps pass time when I'm bored. I drink random drinks out of wine glasses sometimes when I want to treat myself. Want some apple juice but have it fancy? Wine glass. Soda? Wine glass. Want some sparkling grape juice? Well, you can't just put it in a plastic cup. I got the idea from those people talking about their grandparents despairing over not using their fancy china, and they died having used it only once or twice in their lives. When they inherited it, they ate off the fine china all the time for an extra flair to a normal spaghetti or fish and rice night. Don't hold out things for just a special occasion that you might never deem special enough. Use the bath bomb you are saving. Drink the fancy wine with the movie night. Eat the nice chocolate you're saving. Wear the nice face mask even though you only have work the next day. Drink orange juice out of wine glasses. Extra simple pleasures can turn a normal day into something special and can keep you going in hard times. Coming across a song I've never heard before and instantly liking it. Currently, it's the Lola Marsh cover of Something Stupid from Better Call Saul. Rainy, overcast days. When it's dreary outside, I just light up. That is my asterisk jam. Asterisk. Keeping a tiny plush critter in my car. Getting an immediate text back when we haven't talked in a few hours or days. When a stranger says, "You have a good day." Dipping feet in water, cool or warm depending on the season or mood. Watching dark storm clouds roll overhead, and the first crack of thunder. The overall calm of the air and the smell of impending rain before the storm comes. The smell of oranges. Peeling the protective cover off of my hummus in one smooth shot. Putting the shopping cart into the shopping cart corral. There is no reward. There really isn't any self-benefit other than the extra 20 to 30 steps to get there. It takes up a minute or two of your time with no personal benefit. It makes me feel good because that little effort makes someone's day just a little easier. My neighbor about a mile down the road has a golden retriever that just sits all day on this little hill in their yard, enjoying the view of the mountains he has. Makes me happy every time I drive by. A new episode. On a good show, fresh donuts, energy to cook and bake. And most important, alone time rolling on the floor laughing. Listening to my daughters laugh with each other. Watching a crow in my front yard that comes by a few times a week, just picking around in the front yard for whatever it's looking for. I see you, little crow, enjoy my yard. Just head pats and forehead kisses. We have motion sensor lights in our warehouse. I pretty much have the timing down. I love when I point to the ceiling at the exact time the lights turn on. I do this when no one is around. Daydreaming. My life is not a very happy one, but I live on the hope that one day it will be. So I daydream. I imagine my life how I want it for a couple minutes occasionally, and I feel deep happiness. The smell of the first raindrops hitting the hot pavement, earth after days of heat. Big prairie thunderstorms. When driving in the winter, I'll roll the windows down partway and set the heater on full blast. I love that alternating cold, hot vortex. It's particularly glorious if it's at night in the high country after a snow. A walk in the sunlight. Accidental eye contact, and instead of looking away the person smiles a little, just to let you know they don't mind. I like complimenting strangers. It's just a moment in the day where two people can feel good about themselves, and usually my good days are an accumulation of these small, nice moments. Picking the good dialogue in games. I love seeing a chunky squirrel digging in my lawn for acorns. Seeing them living their best lives makes me unreasonably happy. Thunder, wind, and pouring rain, but like when I'm inside in bed. A good book, one you can really get into. Personally, I'm a big fan of House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. Being by myself, smiley face. Tax evasion. Solving a problem for my GF. Hey, can you fix this thing? Watching bunnies eating grass. When you can feel the seasons starting to change. It makes me think of all the great things that come with each one. Doing something correctly without messing up. The hiss, crack of opening a cold can of whatever you like most. Dr. Pepper for me. When the song you've had stuck in your head is the first one to pop up when you hit shuffle. The smell of a new book. The ink and new paper, hot damn. That's the good stuff. Sounds nuts, but stepping into and sitting down in a car while noticing how close I am to the ground and that I'm at chair level. Going in bed after a long day. Or bathe in the cool water of a river on a hot summer day. Sorry if my English is bad. Changing my sheets every Sunday religiously. This sounds crazy, but stepping onto the pavement at the exact same time as when the light goes from green to red. Holding something heavy. The smell of coffee when wind hits me very hard. I feel so free, dying laughing with someone when someone is explaining something that really excites them or they are passionate about. Standing under a full moon. My blankie. It's been with me since I was a baby. I'm in my 30s and still sleep with it tucked under my nose. Taking off my socks in bed on a cool summer night. The feeling of cool sheets against my bare feet is amazing. I'm a dude. Going through my skincare routine after a stressful day and a long shower is euphoric. Randomly pressing the buttons on the remote. Pre-pandemic, my friends and I would have a game when we'd go bar hopping where we see how many people we can get to give us high fives walking down the street. No high five? No problem, on to the next one. Yes, high five? Woot. Thanks for sharing in this moment. We got a lot of people looking at us weirdly and walking away, but a lot of people engaged with us. Felt good. Won't be playing that now for a long time though. Animals wearing clothing or human fashion accessories. The other day, I saw a man walking his bulldog. It was wearing sunglasses and a big gold chain. I was eating an ice cream cone, but seeing that dog made my day. Liminal space. Seeing things growing in my garden or my windowsill. I've done happy little hops when I see a new blossom on my sweet asylum plant. It's like, yes, I planted you. You're growing. Please keep growing. And they grow at their own pace. So it's a nice step back from the bigger, faster, stronger culture. My son has some special needs and I sleep with him most nights. His mattress is on the floor and his window is directly over the head of the bed. We sleep with the window cracked open every night, even in the dead of winter. Something about that fresh air streaming over my face, or listening to the storm, or watching the white snow drift down. Very peaceful. I also like any kind of connection with people. It used to drive me crazy that my mom talked to strangers when we were in line for things, but now I do it too. I make friends everywhere I go. Finding an answer to something I had been mildly curious about by chance. Like today, someone in our unpopular opinions was going on about how it annoys them when random people say things like, "You are loved," and "You matter." I had always kind of wondered why random people on Reddit say things like that and why certain people seemed like they loved hearing it from someone who don't know them from Adam. I was never curious enough to do research or think about it much. Then someone said the whole thing was because some people have words of affirmation as their love language and still get happy hearing those things, even from a stranger. It made me extremely happy as that was an answer I could live with and I never even had to put any effort into it. When you walk down the school hallway without stepping on any tile cracks. Just being around a bird makes me very, very happy. I can watch one hop around for hours. Occasionally I cry because they just fucking exist and I love them so much. Mowing the lawn. The ability to walk. Music. When I listen to a piece of music I connect with, it makes me so happy. Air drumming to a heavy song. Starting my motorcycle engine. Looting in video games. Presumably looting IRL would also make me feel good, but legal consequences would make me feel bad, so I haven't done it. Booping my budgie's beak. Flopping into clean bedsheets. The earthy smell of summer rain. Ticking off to-do lists. Walking barefoot on pavement, tiles, that's heated up by the sun. Feels amazing. Spotting little songbirds in the wild. It's one of my favorite parts of traveling. A good storm. None of this, it's sprinkling a little bit. I mean a heavy rain with cracks of thunder that shake your bones. Pulling weeds in my garden. Put on the headphones, get a little sun, and just tune out the world for an hour or two. Stepping out of your home for a walk during changing seasons. You notice little stuff like, oh hey, the leaves on that tree are getting dry, or look, I have the same umbrella as them. Back in the 80s, I had to rebuild my home by buying things from a thrift store. I purchased a bunch of plates, silverware and the ubiquitous coffee mug. Next day I put coffee in the mug and my wife's eyes nearly fell out of her head. The ink was changing. This started my love of what is now called magic mugs. I have over 350 different designs, some going back to the 70s or 80s themselves. I smile when I look at them. When someone buys me a new one as a gift, I smile again. It's silly and stupid, but it makes me smile. Exploring places I've never been before, especially off the beaten path wooded areas. Thanks for watching. See you later.